good, happy Wednesday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Wednesday evening edition of this special broadcast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin with this special broadcast right now. Princess Diana, remembered as the People Princess, 25 years after her death. Today marks 25 years of Princess Diana's death. Let's begin this special broadcast right now. Princess Diana, remembered as the People's Princess. Celebrating Princess Diana 25 years after her death. Let's take a look at this video from ABC News.
To everyone still crushing it when it's this hot. To those making it happen in the heat. And especially to those who have to wear long sleeves right now. We've got a Dunkin' Iced just for you.
It has been 25 years since Princess Diana's death in Paris. Hundreds of well-wishers are laying flowers, paying their respects at her former home at Kensington Palace and at the Alma Bridge Tunnel at the scene of her tragic death. Her brother, Charles Spencer, shared this photo flying half-mast flag above their ancestral home, Althorp. Maggie Rulli joins us now from Kensington Palace with the very latest. Maggie, how will this anniversary be marked today?
Hey, Deirdre. Yeah, Princess Diana was someone that was known and loved around the world. And today you can feel tributes from all over the globe coming in for Princess Diana. Here outside Kensington Palace, just around the corner, there are people showing up sort of constantly, laying flowers and notes to the princess. It's something that happens every year on the anniversary of her death. Prince Harry has spoken out recently about what today means for him. And he asked people to use today as a moment to just simply remember his mom, remember her work and how much she loved the work that she did, remember her legacy. And that's something we're seeing from her family today and now on every anniversary of her death, really pushing people to think about what today means. Princess Diana was known for always giving back to others, and they want people to share in that today, to use today, yes, to celebrate, to mourn the loss of Princess Diana, but also to really move forward with her and keep her work and her love for helping others alive.
Maggie, to be sure, she was such an amazing activist, whether it was for the HIV/AIDS crisis, whether it was for landmines, but 25 years later, what is Diana's lasting influence?
Yeah, you mentioned some of those causes that were so important to her, and also the fact that it's been 25 years. Dude, I think what's amazing is that when we think about that time, a quarter of a century, for people to still remember her in this way, remember all that she did. So many of us, I'm sure yourself included, myself, remember sort of exactly where they were, what they were doing, the moment they found out that she had passed away. That's the impact that she had on people. The fact that we remember that 25 years later, and we remember the images of her helping others. We've spoken so much about her work today. That really was something that was just a tenet of her existence as a princess. And during the HIV/AIDS epidemic, I think those images are something that will always stick with people. They were just so striking. This was a time there was still so much unknown, so much fear around this epidemic. And she was one of the first to really go out there, and she embraced people. She hugged HIV patients. Deirdre, this was groundbreaking at the time. And to have someone like a princess doing this, she really helped start to break down the stigma around this virus. This is something that people will remember, again, a quarter of a century after her death, 50 years after her death, just that spirit of helping others. And it's something that we feel still even today.
And Maggie, how are her sons working now to carry on her legacy?
Now, Harry and William, I think, have been incredible to watch over the past 25 years. They are talking about their mother more and more, especially recently, and they both have made a point in their own ways to continue championing causes that were close to their mother and doing it in their own way. You know, I think one moment that I'll always remember was being with Prince Harry when he was in Angola about 3 years ago on a royal tour, and, you know, he quite literally walked in his mother's footsteps. She was known to help with demining in that region, working with Halo Trust, or those iconic images of her wearing that protective equipment, the protective vest. And Harry walked down the same street his mother walked down. And when we were there watching that moment, you could just feel the impact and the history and the legacy and the love, and it's really something that her sons continue. William just recently was out on the streets here in London promoting issues around homeless people, and he said, you know, I remember when I was 11 years old and my mother brought me to a homeless shelter, what she meant to the people there and what I want to mean to the people today. So I think, you know, we lost Princess Diana 25 years ago, but her sons are doing an incredible job of continuing her legacy and her spirit of giving back and that work for others every single day, Deirdre.
Maggie, thank you so much. Maggie Rulli joining us there from London.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Okay, and there you go on that video in that report. And now, let's take a look at this video of the 25th anniversary of Princess Diana's death. How Will and Harry are honoring their mom.
With Canva, we design social posts together.
We just drag and drop,
Make it pop.
and then watch the likes roll in.
What will you design today? Start designing for free at canva.com.
Remembering Princess Diana 25 years after her tragic death. Welcome to Entertainment Tonight. You know, it's hard not to think about her sons, William and Harry, on a day like today.
Yeah, and to wonder what Diana would think of their current relationship. We've got new details about the prince's royal rift as the world honors the people's princess.
My mother instilled in me and in all of us a drive to speak up and fight for a better world.
I'm appalled at the dangers young people face on the streets and how vulnerable they are to exploitation.
We have all been trying to help William and Harry come to terms with the devastating loss.
There isn't a day during the past 2.5 decades where I haven't thought about the mark she left, not only on me and my brother, but on all of our lives.
I give thanks that I was lucky enough to be her son and that I got to know her for the 15 years that I did.
Flowers, photos, and even a Diana tribute cake. Visitors paid their respects today, remembering Diana outside her former home in central London.
She smothered us with love, that's for sure.
A source tells ET Prince William and Prince Harry will observe the anniversary in private. And while their relationship remains strained, they are both dedicated to carrying on Diana's legacy.
I wish you all the strength to continue in your most important work.
As a husband and a parent, my mother's voice is even stronger in my life.
And there's more drama today, courtesy Meghan Markle. A source tells ET that the royal family is disappointed by her recent comments, telling The Cut magazine she's still healing from her time with the royals. She's also talking about it on her podcast.
If there's any time in my life that it's been more focused on my race, it's only once I started dating my husband.
We're told, quote, there is a loss of trust with Meghan, and they are distressed that after stepping back from the royal family, claiming a need for privacy, she continues to publicize family matters in public. Were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yes.
All this playing out amid new concerns about the Queen's health. For the first time during her 70-year reign, Queen Elizabeth will appoint the new Prime Minister next week at Balmoral, her castle in Scotland where she's been staying, rather than at Buckingham Palace where the ceremony has traditionally been held. A source tells ET the 96-year-old monarch has been using a cane and the royal household is making sure she remains comfortable given her health issues.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now, let's take a look at this video. A look at Princess.
You're at the age now where you may start feeling certain urges to buy things at full price.
You read my diary?
But honey, you should really think about practicing safe spending with Amazon. You get low prices on everyday essentials, plus free shipping on millions of items. Do you have any questions?
What is bang for your buck?
Learn all the ways to save with Amazon.
Hugging has no harmful side effects. If we all play our part in making our children feel valued, the result will be tremendous. There are potential huggers in every household. Help for those already caught in drug misuse may be derived from giving a little more understanding and a greater sense of belonging.
The issue of AIDS and the treatment of patients who are HIV rarely seems to be out of the news. Quite often, one reads of a heated debate between those who argue that we are on the verge of a worldwide epidemic and others who claim that such pronouncements are purely an exaggeration of the facts. HIV does not make people dangerous to know, so you can shake their hands and give them a hug. Heaven knows they need it. AIDS has raised some enormous emotional, moral, and spiritual issues that transcend the physical disease. The vicious circle of fear, prejudice, and ignorance has increased the spread of AIDS to an alarming level. Due to fear and prejudice, many still do not want to listen. After all, AIDS is a killer. The uncharitable have found the AIDS issue fertile ground to air their prejudices. If their views were voiced to help fight the disease, that would be fine. However, too often their attitudes reveal only their own narrowness of mind and a sad lack of common humanity. If an international ban on mines can...
Introducing
Okay, and there you go on that video. And that does it for this special broadcast right here on the Riley King Network of Princess Diana, remembered as the People's Princess, 25 years after her death. Thank you for tuning in and watching this special broadcast. Enjoy the rest of your night, and see you tomorrow with more broadcasts.